What's good with the YouTube family? I'm your guy, DJ Bless One, the best one. Welcome back to the I Smoke Hip Hop Live channel. Today, we're basically diving deep into a powerful conversation of why Deion Sanders and Coach Prime himself is feared by the media. And no, it's not just because he's flashy, confident, or undefeated in self-belief, but it's because he's strong, unapologetic, God-fearing black man who refuses to play by someone else's goddamn rule.
I've been broke so many times, I don't know what to believe. Mama say it's my fault, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Niggas bless up on my...
Let's keep it real. The media doesn't know how to handle men like Deion Sanders. They just don't. And it's not just Deion, that's a lot of us. You ever been around a certain group of people who may not look like you or not really from your cultural background, but you get around them and do the human thing around them, but yet they're still uncomfortable and pretend you're some type of criminal around them, or you're in the wrong for being happy or confident. I had many teachers who told me, Bless One, you shouldn't think this way. You shouldn't do X, Y, and Z, whatever uplifts us. Yet these are the same people who tell us we're the criminals, where the problems, where the stereotypical things. Well, I'm gonna play a video of who Deion Sanders is and why the media don't like him, and then we'll give our opinion about it.
I wear a headband, not to be cocky. It says you gotta believe for all the children in America, and the grown-ups. If you could believe, you could do anything you want. When I came out of college, I had a choice to be wholesome, say what the fans, audience want me to say, obtain all endorsements, or be me. And I was gonna be me. I was going to be real. Because if you ever see Deion primetime, anything you want to call me, endorsing a shoe or a sandwich, anything, you're going to know he likes that. And he believes in that. When you see me on a football field, high-stepping, dancing, they say, oh, with jury, oh, this guy is wild. He's buck wild. But, you know, I feel like fans, they pay $25 a ticket to get in a football game. I want to give them every bit of that money back when they leave that stadium. Yeah. I wear a headband, not to be cocky. It says you gotta
You see, they didn't want another Clashes K, aka Muhammad Ali. You know, brothers who's strong, who stand on moral principles, who understands their values is higher than anything the male community is selling to them. Not that they hate the male community, but they understand they have a bigger obligation to set so generations of people who look like them where they come from. This is why Shador was denigrated and colluded against. It was bigger than Deion. It was bigger than Shador. It was deeper than football, and it's always going to be bigger. You're not listening to me. So I'm going to break it down slowly before I hit up with a situation scenario that's somewhat to the likeness of the Shador Sanders situation. But listen, let's keep it real. The media, like I said before, doesn't know how to handle guys like Deion Sanders and you and I, because him and I and us, like, basically, we don't water ourselves down at all, bro. I'm not going for that. He walks in his purpose. He talks about Jesus, faith, and the divine assignment like it's part of his game plan. That puts fear into people. Shador speaks the same way. You don't see Shador getting out here and being too flashy. Putting on jewelry on doesn't mean you're flashy. It's what you like. I only put this on as a trophy. I don't really go outside with chains on too much, but Deion did it, and it's to show this is what I've earned. Why can't I enjoy a chain? Some people like gold chains, and other male people like flashy new cars, buying a new property, buying a new building. How come one gets denigrated and the other doesn't? Just because I bought a chain doesn't mean I haven't invested in the properties. My portfolio isn't as, you know, great looking as my white counterpart, but this is the mindset of people. Now, let me keep moving forward. What's the divine assignment of Deion Sanders? What I said earlier in the video, you have an obligation for your communities. Something I've noticed the other segment of the community doesn't understand. The other complexion of protection doesn't live off that. It's every man for himself, that sort of culture who doesn't like us. They think as the individuals. They don't think as the group and collective, only when it's time to stick the code against you and I. You're not with me, so let me keep preaching this sermon to the people who are with me. Chances are, if you don't understand what I'm talking about and I've lost you, I was supposed to lose your bitch ass, and this message was not for you. So let me give you 5 seconds to hop your goof ass off this goddamn video. Now get your bitch ass out the way, because this ain't for the weak. This is only for the strong who's ready for correctiveness. Now let's continue with more correctiveness. Now we know that's part of Deion's game plan, because in a world, you guys hear me, in a world that often wants black men to either shut up and coach or entertain without leading, much like LeBron was told by the Fox analyst, shut up and dribble. This was told to us all our life, but only it's not about dribbling. It's just about living and breathing. Shut up and do that, but don't dare to be great. Stay in your place, boy. And that's the assumption we can assume from these group of people when they lash out for no reason. I hate Injurisi. I can't stand LeBron. I can't stand Deion. Shador is no good. Shiloh's no. That's what they're lashing out and saying to you and I. Now let's keep moving forward. Deion is the complete opposite. He's a leader, a visionary. And he stays out to the point where he can uplift other guys without being part of this Hollywood-centric world. Am I lying? He also says out loud what many are afraid to whisper. I'm the same way. Why wouldn't I look up to Deion Sanders as a great man? Now, I am who God made me to be, and I will not apologize for it. That scares people when Deion says that. That's what he says, and that's what we all need to say. I am who God made me to be, and I will not apologize for it. That will always scare people out of it. Now listen to me. Refusing to bow to the systems, let's break that down. What is DJ Blessed One talking about? Deion doesn't fit the mold. He doesn't kiss the ring of the NCAA, ESPN, NFL Plantation League, nor the media pundit outlets of garbage that's out there today. Salacious news only, no actual journalism, no professionalism, just anything salacious enough that'll sell and get people to click on. That's all they care about. He speaks directly to his people. Who are his people? It's not just you and I who look like him. Anybody that's willing to do their part to make this world go around again. Forget about making America great again. Let's make the world great again. You know what I mean? Let's make beautiful black people great again, because we never stop being great. But let's realize that melanated people are the greatest people that can ever be around your society. In fact, your society will be nothing, absolutely nothing, without the great achievement and ingenuity and great hearts. Great hearts. Don't let that go over your head, because black people are a forgiving people, unlike our other counterparts of these other nations. But let's move forward with this. So I don't think you understand me, because I have to go on a spiritual level with people who are not spiritual at all. We're in the midst of a lot of vagabonds and Edomites all around us. That's what I see. Now let's go more into this eccentric rant that I'm doing that is serving a purpose. Now, what I told you, he mentors young black men to be great. But you got to understand, when I say he speaks directly to his people through social media, interviews, his own platform, and he doesn't mince his word at all. When he mentors these young black dudes to be disciplined, spiritual, and proud, not just athletes, but men of purpose. What is that purpose? You know, when you look at your woman every day and you get a smile, even though sometimes she pisses you off, but there are moments when you look at her and you're ready to die for that queen. It's the same way with your kids. In other words, what I'm saying, your purpose is to serve your communities and serve your family. Be a valuable asset instead of a degenerate piece that's more of a virus in our communities, because we should call out other black degenerates who not only don't make us look good, but are problematic for our communities. But I'm going to stick to this racist, conniving media and the counterparts who can't stand us. Let me keep going. Listen, men of purpose, which is us, when you operate outside the system will label you arrogant, and other words they use as well, not just the arrogant word. They'll call you dangerous or problematic, or this dude, he's a criminal, he's no good, EBT baby, he doesn't have a father. You know the things they say to us, the usual suspects. I don't think you hear me. But really, they just can't control you, black man, black woman. That's the fear. Deion Sanders cannot be controlled, and that's the revolutionary thing about it. When you can't control someone, you deem them as a problem, an institutional problem, something J. Edgar Hoover himself, while he was wearing his dress, had lashed out and said about us. You are a problem to the world when you're ready to clean up your own neighborhood. So the same group of people who tell you pick yourself up, get better, be in your kid's life, when you do these things, A, B, and C, D, E, F, and G comes back with a retaliation, get back at us in any way, shape, and forms they can impede progress. That's who they are. A bunch of conniving vampire hypocrites. Are you ready for the rest? Let's go. So standing on faith in public, this is some of the things we need to talk about. Family, I'm talking to you, you, and you, and you, and you. Standing on faith in public, meaning not give a damn on how people look at you, monetizations, sponsorships. You know what our step inspections in our community do for these group of people. So when you look at me, you're trying to compare me to these other step inspections, quote unquote, your favorite YouTuber. I'm not a goddamn YouTuber. I'm just a man on YouTube, or quote unquote, a nigga on YouTube. You feel me? I'm a reflection of you, black man. So you hate looking at me speak like this. It makes you uncomfortable. Hell, why would I expect you to like what I'm saying when you don't even like the image you see in the reflection of that mirror? You're uncomfortable with self, so therefore you're uncomfortable with moi and Deion Sanders. Let's move forward. So let's stand on faith in public. Look at how Deion references God in every interviews. He prays with his players. He wears his faith like his chains. You don't want to hear that part. Just like the great wise men in the Bible, the great men who are wise, all had gold chains on. But for some reason, when we wear gold, it's disgusting. It's criminal behavior. But we know why they say that. So that alone challenges the sports world, which often wants faith behind closed doors. But Coach Prime ain't hiding it. When a black man openly credits God instead of the system, the media gets nervous. It's like, whoa, where are we going with this? Somebody get J. Edgar Hoover in his dress and make him do some more laws to implement out here, because we got a black brother who dares to be great. That debunks everything we put out there about them. So bold and unhidden. That alone challenges the sports world, which often wants faith behind closed doors. But Coach Prime ain't hiding that, bruh. He's telling y'all, when a black man openly credits the system, the God system instead, you feel me? Instead of the bullshit system they got, the media will always get nervous. And I'm going to explain to you why, since we're standing on faith in public. Because it shifts power away from the machines that you guys fell with. You know, your favorite YouTubers who become divine. So it's all that. So after we power away from this machine, we go back to the divine, us loyal people of the cloth, loyal people of the Most High. But you're not hearing me. It tells people your greatness doesn't come from the media's approval, other YouTube numbers, Instagram views, Twitter views. No, sir. It comes from God. And that's the message. The message is feared. It will always be feared. So what is the point of me doing this video? What's the point of Deion saying what he says? What's the point of any of this? Well, let's talk about it. The legacy and purpose. So let's go more in depth into this legacy and purpose. It's Deion Sanders' situation here that we're talking about, but I'm really talking about all of us. In totality, I'm using him as a face, but in reality, the analogy is being used for all of us, family. So at the end of the day, Deion Sanders isn't just building football programs. He's building men, strong brothers, strong leaders, strong women. He's building a culture and shaking up the system. He's feared because he's free. Dare I say, a black brother being free? You can hear the earthquakes of Mount Rushmore being shaken right now. George Washington's statue is like, huh? One of my slaves acting up? Yes, sir. Not Yaza, but yes, sir. Because he stands on the truth, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is. Because he believes in something higher than self, higher than contracts, higher than critics, critiques, that is, or cameras. The flashy cameras, that's the greatest horrible weapon that has to my personal opinion, ever been created. And yes, I'm on the camera, but it takes an honest person to tell the truth, even if it's something that hurts me. That's the truth. And listen to me, guys, and whether you like it or not, he's here to lead boldly, unapologetically, and spiritually. If that bothers the media, well, they better just buckle up, because Coach Prime ain't going anywhere. Like, he may leave Boulder, he may leave X, Y, and Z, but what I mean by he's not going anywhere, it got nothing pertaining to do with football, because at the end of the day, this is goddamn bigger than football and deeper than football. What I mean by Coach Prime isn't going anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, work with me, because I got a video I'm going to show you about what I mean. He's not going anywhere because his greater purpose is to serve his community. He's not going anywhere because you can't get rid of something that's been embedded into the community already. No matter what you guys throw out there, try to say about us, most grown individuals know who Deion Sanders is. He's a respectable character. Notice I didn't say man yet. We talked about that, but character, a character that's needed, a character that could be here to absolve people of their own situations of feeling guilt, of feeling like they're not worthy of. So at the end of the day, let me play a beautiful song for you guys that's needed to be played. A beautiful song that is given by the beautiful Soulstress.